On the Foodie this week, we meet the maestro, the guru, and the much acclaimed chef Vineet Bhatia. With 2 Michelin stars and many accolades up his sleeve, Chef Vineet Bhatia has taken authentic Indian cuisine to a different level by experimenting with a variety of ingredients and recreating several dishes to cater to a universal palate. Let's hear it from the man himself. It's all about the food eventually, isn't it?
It is.
You've taken Indian food, simple Indian food, and honestly made it, how do you say, acclaim-worthy.
Glamorous, probably.
Yeah, glamorous is one word, but you've won awards for it. What your food has led to is you've opened up so many restaurants all over the world, and they're all essentially Indian food restaurants.
They are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So how is the international palate taking to this food of yours?
See, when we started off doing this kind of work 10, 12 years back in UK, consulting-wise, there was no platform. Nobody was doing it. And the idea for us was to showcase the food to its finest level. And that's what we always believe in. I always say that our Desi Khana is probably one of the best cuisines of the world.
I agree with you.
Why does it have to go a third world country? Yeah, crap. I think the depth we have in our food, the heritage, the flavor, the texture, the colors, and the knowledge of the food is immense. We have to respect that as chefs.
But I'm also a big fan of Indian food, okay? I think every word you said about the cuisine itself rings true, you know? It's got the largest variety in terms of taste, in terms of texture, in terms of everything.
And what we have in our cuisine is the openness to adapt.
Okay.
If you look at the kebabs and biryanis in our country, are not really Indian. They all come from Persia and Iran.
Yeah.
But when they come over to us, we put our love and care, we put our swad into it, we put our passion into it.
So you've taken this Indian food of ours, which you said is open to influences and can be even enhanced with influences.
Yes.
And done exactly that, you know. So when did it first start? How did you figure out that मैं अभी ये Indian खाना लेने वाला हूँ और अभी मैं इसको change करूँगा थोड़ा बहुत, you know? How did it occur to you?
It's a very funny story. I left India in '93 to work in UK.
Okay.
And I went to London. And the very first thing I made was a gajar ka halwa.
Okay.
And there's a Gora who came and he dined and he complained saying, ये तो अच्छा नहीं है, बासी है, खराब है. And I said, आज सुबह बनाया, how can it go basi and it's not right? He said, no, gajar ka halwa should come into a cake form and should be served cold. That is what they were used to eating.
Correct.
That's not how we eat in India.
For desserts, that is what their palate is.
That's what the palate is. That's what they were being served for
That's what they
donkeys
were
of
being
years.
served.
Yes.
Okay.
When you go down to Indian shops, in the old mithai shops in London, that's how they serve gajar ka halwa. And that's how the restaurants served. Now, unfortunately, most restaurants in the UK in those days were run by people who were not really Indians, more trained chefs.
Correct.
Things have changed in the past 18, 20 years. So that was a big one. And I remember making a Rogan Josh, a proper Nalli Rogan Josh. Now, when you cook lamb, it should go on the bone.
Correct.
So that is where the flavor comes.
Absolutely.
हड्डी का स्वाद आता है, marrow पकता है, हड्डी चूसते हो. That is the fun. So I made that Nalli Rogan Josh and I guess said, we are not dogs. We want boneless.
We are not dogs.
I said, well, I have a big challenge. So what I said was, instead of giving them the classics the way they are used to having it, which is not right, I will adapt myself.
Okay.
I will not call my Nalli Rogan Josh or no Rogan Josh. I will say a slow cooked shank of lamb with North Indian spices.
Chef, now let's talk about today. Okay, you've got this wonderful restaurant Zia at the Oberoi, which you started 2 years ago.
2 years now.
2 years ago, and obviously you keep evolving the menu as you go along.
Yes.
And you've put in some new stuff right now.
We always, I think, Zia was a little baby 2 years back. He's now a toddler. He's running around on his own.
Okay.
So I think it's high time we pushed it up by one more notch.
Okay.
And we came with the idea of using marigold,
Flowers.
गेंडे का फूल,
गेंदे का फूल.
जो सब जगह होता है, शादियों में होता है, or any occasion, religious, happy ceremonies, birthday, marriages, there's गेंडे का फूल everywhere.
Correct.
And if you look at गेंडे का फूल, it's a very natural colorant. You've got a very slight citrus tone, a very subtle flavor,
Okay.
and a very light smell. Now to use that kind of a flower into your food was a challenge. And you know, we love challenges.
Okay, I
We
know
love
that.
to take that and really modernize it and add our flavors to it and do a blend of things. So we came up with the idea of doing actually a 5-course meal with gende ka phool and marigold.
So you've used this gende ka phool or the marigold not only in desserts, you've also put it in meat and you've put it in everything.
Every course.
तो चलो मेहनत बहुत है इसमें, I can make out.
काम बहुत है.
हाँ?
काम मगर स्वाद भी आता है फिर.
हाँ?
It pays off.
So I can promise you that I will help you in whatever way I can
Okay.
inside the kitchen, okay?
Sure.
So shall we head to the kitchen
on,
then? Come
let's
on, let's go.